Hello and what is going on, guys? Tomcat here, and in today's video, we're back in Spin Tires taking a look at the ultimate adventure rig. Now, this adventure rig consists of a Ram 3500 quad cab long bed dually and a gooseneck trailer as well as a Chevrolet K5 crawler. Now, the reason why I consider this to be the ultimate adventure rig is because you have one of the best highway trucks you could, highway pickups for hauling that you could find. And this is actually a mega cab, which means it's a mega cab long bed, which means it would have to be an aftermarket conversion, which is fine. But you also have a mid-sized gooseneck trailer and a awesome K5 crawler to go and play with. Now, we're on the off-road park map, and we're actually going to pull this thing to some of the off-roading areas, or the rock crawling areas, I should say, and give it a shot and see how it goes. We're pulling out of here in low 2, low 3, and we're probably just going to stick it in auto mode later on in the, once we actually get out on the road. But, for all intents and purposes, this is pretty much the dream rig for a lot of off-roaders, or something similar to this anyway. You know, whether or not your tow vehicle is a Dodge or a Ford or a Chevy or whatever it may be, something like this, you know, your quad cab long bed dually hauling rig, and then you've got your crawler on the back pulled by a trailer, and that's pretty much the ultimate setup for a lot of guys, and that's really what they kind of dream about as far as their ultimate off-road setup goes. Now, really, it's, oh god, well, the crawler has fallen off. That's not very much an ultimate setup, is it? This trailer's not that great. I feel like the trailer sometimes can get a bit finicky, and if you go too fast, well, the crawler just falls off, because it doesn't really anchor onto the trailer at all, and that can sometimes be a bit of a problem. So we're going to go ahead and have to change into the K5 crawler and see if we can kind of position it on the trailer. I wonder if we stick it in high, I wonder if that will make it so that it'll just stall if it tries to move and just keep it in one place. I've never actually tried that, but I feel like it might work just because it seems like, in a way, it might have the potential to work. That and the fact that this thing is a really heavy vehicle in general. It's hanging way off the side. Way, way, way off the side. So we can fix it real quick. Oh, come on. Nope, 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 nope. Low 2. There you go. That's what I wanted. Back it up just a little bit. And then park it in high, so if it tries to move, it won't be able to, and it'll just stall out. So, let's stick it back in low. We'll take off in low 3, just to make sure we don't really jar the thing at all. And I wonder if also we could attach the winch. If it falls off again, I'll try attaching the winch to somewhere on the trailer, if they have winch points for it, just to see if we might be able to make use of it. Or as a way to hold it on the truck. Wait a second. Maybe also, if we change it to the K5 crawler and turn it off, that might also help. Might, you know. It's a little known fact that it's harder to move a vehicle when it's off. I mean, I don't know. It just kind of dawned on me. Let me go ahead and get off the main road onto this side trail real quick. Hopefully the crawler doesn't fall off. If that crawler falls off, we're kind of screwed at this point, because there's not really that many areas to put it back on once you get out here. Well, I guess there is. It just depends on where you are. Got our little crawling complex over there on the right. We're going to come back through there with the K5 crawler later. But first off, kind of want to drive around a little bit and just see how this thing does. Kind of just how it does as a hauler. Now, the suspension on this truck is actually really, really nice. It's not too bouncy. It actually, as you can see, it soaks up the bumps quite nicely, and it doesn't really throw the truck all over the place, which is really good if you're wanting something that's composed enough that it's not like, oh my god, I'm gonna throw my off-roader off the trailer the next time I try to move or go over a bump. But we're gonna come around and come back after we finish testing it. But another thing, though, is that it has great power. It really does have awesome power as far as pulling goes. This thing will pull that trailer anywhere, guaranteed. I mean, minus up a mountain maybe, or, across a rock crawling section. Both of those things are more the K5 crawler's territory and not the Ram's territory, because, again, this Ram is pretty much stock. But at the same time, you really have to think you have two vehicles for different purposes. This is a towing, hauling kind of rig. Once we get to this garage, we're going to go ahead and unload the K5 and get some rock crawling. Rock crawling? Yeah. Not really. Rock crawling. Proper wording. Proper rock crawling. But now we can go ahead and put the parking brake on, get the K5 crawler, and get her off the trailer. Stick it in reverse. 1. Slowly let it down off the trailer. It's good to go. And then now at this point, should be able to... Is it starting high? No. Let's go ahead and set off. I'm actually gonna head. Let's head this way because over here is where the crawling area is, and I would really like to try this thing out at the crawling area because I feel like this thing at the crawling area would be an absolute boss. Get in high and go. Now, I think I'm probably gonna attack it in low 2. The gears are really low. Low 3 in this is lower than low 2 in a lot of vehicles. And the grip is tremendous. Like, it just walked up over those rocks like they were nothing. Absolutely nothing. Love how it's repping off-road designs on the side, too. That's legit. Come up around the side. Oh, yeah, dude. This thing has grip and power and gearing. Gearing is really important in a crawler, especially a crawler like this that's a full-size. And when it comes down to full-size crawlers, a lot of people build K5s because the K5s are a really reliable platform. They're a really widely used platform because of that. And it's actually pretty well balanced, too, once you drive it. Let's see if we can work it up over these rocks. Oh, whoa! That interior view is pretty legit. We're going to be doing exterior, though. It's got some good flex to it. Whoa! Wow! Holy crap, that is one hell of a save right there. That almost went over. Literally almost went completely over. But we pulled through, and that's pretty much all that matters when you got something like this, is that you pull it through. Let's head back over this rocky obstacle. I feel like the rocks are a little bit better for this thing than, like, say, you know, the piles of lumber and stuff like that, because the stacks of lumber are pretty easy to make it over if you have the right angle and enough speed. But the rocks come with their own set of challenges. And not only that, but it's so line-based, because when it comes down to it, you're not getting over these if you don't have the right line. And, oh, not bad, not bad. Crap, okay, yeah, we've fallen off the side. I think the key to this obstacle is going to be to maybe ride that outside edge, but I'm a little bit hesitant to go that way just because of the fact that if we go a little too far, we could go over. I mean, technically, we still have half the truck on the obstacle, so I guess it sort of still counts as being on the obstacle and not going around it. Although I would have liked to go straight over the obstacle. I feel like sometimes you do have to go slightly around the side. Not all the way around the side, but slightly. Kind of working back up onto it. Come on. Oh, God. Whoa. That's sketchy. Yeah, that's sketchy. We've basically just come back to where we started. Let's see if we can get back up to that side again and maybe get a little bit of a different angle of attack. Just a little, there we go. Maybe a little bit less. Just a little bit less, because it's slipping on the rocks. And normally it has great grip. Come on, stop slipping. I feel like if that passenger side tire would just catch grip, we'd be able to work our way up over this obstacle, but it's having a really hard time. There it is. There it goes. As long as you find that point at which this thing grabs, that's when it gets good. That's when it goes. And really, for how big the tires are and for being a full-size vehicle, it's got a really good amount of flex. I mean, I said earlier it had, you know, an okay amount. No, it's actually got a really good amount. And this crawler complex is really perfect for a vehicle like this too, because it allows you to test it out in an environment that's kind of what it was made for, but at the same time, you're not that far away from your tow rig, you're not that far away from other areas of the map, and it's not like you have to go to like the far reaches of the map or something, you know, to test a vehicle out. Which is kind of the problem with a lot of other maps. Scrambles right over it, no problem. Get up, there you go. Whoa! Damn, dude, this thing has, like, there's been multiple times so far where we've almost rolled it over, but not quite, because I've either been able to power out of it, or the balance of the vehicle was so good that it didn't matter and just stayed upright 100%. There's really no telling, you know, there's really, well, I shouldn't say no telling how much this thing can take, but it's to the point where you kind of get it down, and you kind of get it to where you're comfortable with it. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I could go up here, I could go up there, or I could go up here. And I mean, even this, like, at that kind of angle, there's a lot of vehicles that would have already rolled over at that point. Even a lot of vehicles that claim to be off-roaders and claim to be pretty damn well capable off-roaders, but not really at this level. Question is, can it climb this lumber pile? Slowly, yes, it's making progress. Damn. It worked its way up that? Wow. Now, out of sheer curiosity, can we go any further, though? Maybe, possibly. I'm trying to get it to find grip, and it doesn't want to go any further. It's at a really sharp angle, though, at the rear end. Oh, maybe. I saw it scramble up a little bit. Just that little bit is all we need. That little bit of traction and a little bit of grip is all we need to get up that ledge. You just reposition the truck just a little bit. Up the side. And then up that edge. There you go. Trying to get a little bit more traction at the front, because if we can get a little bit more traction at the front, then we'll be set. Come on. We'll be so set if we can get that little extra bit of traction. Really? This thing is really seriously acting like it doesn't want to go. I'm determined now, though. I need to get it up that ledge. If it means going way to the outside, then I guess we could do it. Alright, new plan. Power. Power! Wow. That went great. Not really. That was really, yeah, you accomplished a lot there. Not really, other than damage. Accomplished a lot of damage. Let's see. Oh, God. Back it up, just back it up, just back it up. I want to see if I can get this thing through the water and see how it does in the water. Because there's that, like, there's two lumber obstacles, actually. One on the side, well, one on one side, one on the freaking other. They both lead to rock crawling. I'll take this one. Low 2. Crawl down. Wow, you need a lot of... Holy crap, the approach angle you need for that is off the charts. I don't even have anywhere close to that. I may be able to work my way up around the side, though. There we go. Kind of if I almost wedge the vehicle in between and just fight for traction. There it is. There it is. Now it just needs to catch grip. Question is if I can make it do it. Come on, K5. Come on. I know you've got grip in there somewhere. These are probably either 40 or 42-inch Baja Claws. So, I mean, a 40 or a 42-inch Baja Claw should have some grip hidden in it somewhere. I love how it's a, like, I feel like, yeah, it's a manual, too. Manual K5s are legit. Okay. It's not wanting to go that way. And we can make that work. It's wanting to be stubborn, but we can still make it work. We just have to climb up the edge. And the edge is not quite as much fun as, you know, going straight up the lumber, but at the same time, I mean, we do need to get out of the water. That's the main thing. There you go. It just needed some traction at the front. And if it doesn't have it, it's pretty much out of luck. Let's see if we can get to the top of this. That'll be our little goal. See, a rock bouncer would be perfectly at home here. This, it's more of a challenge, because it's what this was made for, but at the same time, it's what this was made for, but, like, kind of like that top end of it. Maybe around to the side. Just a little bit. Wow, it's like caught down on one side of those rocks. That and it just pulls. It just pulls down to that side. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Stay right on it. Come on. Nope. Holy crap. Oh my god, it almost went over. It almost went all the way over. I feel like going up the middle of that is definitely something that a rock bouncer could do. And maybe something you could do with this if you had, like, I don't know. I feel like it would either take a lot of time or some winching. I mean, you could do it, but it'd just be tricky. It'd be really difficult. Let's see if we can use gravity to our advantage for a second to kind of push us onto the rocks. And then cut left. These rocks are slick, dude. They are so slick and hard to grab traction on that. Nope. And see, if the front end goes, you're screwed because there's really no way to get that front end back other than, I mean, other than trying to redo everything you just did. It's weird, though, too, because you get better traction on the rocks, it seems, in low 3, but in low 2, you get better traction in the dirt. So it's this weird balance because if you're in low 2, you're slipping on the rocks, and if you're in low 3, you're slipping on the dirt. We're going to have to backtrack just a little bit and then head back up top. A little bit of an unorthodox line, but I guess it works. We'll go around the side of the tree and then eventually find ourselves at the top of the obstacle. There you go, there you go, there you go. Oh, God. Come on. Yes! Victory. Now, I will say, there were a few unorthodox lines that we took during that that run, but I feel like both the tow rig and the off-roader did really, really well in this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to click that like button. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe for more daily videos. Links will deliver to your inbox every single day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later, and hope you guys enjoyed.